We're going to speak about this letter because this is just another stupid hollow win y'all think y'all getting, but I don't understand why. Because y'all just proving us right again,
over and over and over again.
I mean, it's like y'all don't listen. Y'all want to use stuff when it literally like pops in your brain at this point. But
Oh damn!
correct me if I'm
No,
wrong,
no,
sis.
no. Go ahead. Let me.
No, go keep doing your thing. So correct me if I'm wrong. Just stop me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to uh, pretty much generalize this letter. So the letter is, basically speaking
You have a
to.
copy of it that you can put up?
I think so. I thought I did, but I don't think I scaled
Put
it.
it
Give
up.
me a second. I know I got my backup phone downstairs on this charger. And I don't. Paul, can you send me a copy of the letter? Scale it for me too, because you know how it'll look on here, but I don't have a copy of it.
Hey.
Thanks, Paul. All right, so I'm gonna still just kind of generalize the letter a little bit here. So the letter came in reference to the interview, both interviews. I believe they set up, right?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say I would. Huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say it was in reference to the interviews. It is the response to my inquiry through Congress. Like that's why I said I just think they all playing, because that ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck I went to NCIS for. Here, baby. They keep wanting to talk about these interviews, but that's not it. And I don't understand how Congress keeps sitting back waiting on the word of the Navy when it's the Navy I got an issue with. It's NCIS I got an issue with, and what they allowed I Speak to do.
All
And
right.
how they dropped the ball during their investigation. Like, I don't know how they keep trying to get me to correspond with the Navy as if the Navy can investigate themselves. Like, it don't make sense to me.
All right. So the letter is from the Navy, though, right?
Yeah, it's from the Navy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And in said letter is my issue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in said letter that you just received, or I mean, the letter that you received, is stating that you did not cooperate and left. Basically, I believe it just said you didn't cooperate when you went in for the interview, and they told you couldn't record.
Yep.
Which is against policy, because I've never heard of. When did we stop recording the police?
Right.
I don't know when that started.
Especially when it's a voluntary interview. It's not like I was being interrogated for anything.
Right.
I was volunteering,
just an interview.
Voluntarily going to the police station to give my report. There is no reason to not record. And I live in a one-party state, so I don't even need their permission.
Right. But you made them aware that you were recording. And
yeah, I made them aware. Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to use this as like an interview style, I guess. So we all seen that you had already started your recording. Not that you waited. And we heard this whole conversation between you and the two officers that were there.
I only met one NCIS agent who later on said that she was not there to interview me, But when we first met her in the lobby, and Pull My Finger was there with me, when we first met her in the lobby, she introduced herself as the agent that was there to interview me.
Wish we would have got that on film. So we didn't get that, but we have a witness.
I wished I had too, but I hadn't started filming yet. Like, you know, I didn't have much storage in my phone, so I really wasn't trying to film shit that really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Like so I was just trying to get to the interview and hit the record button then, but you know, well, and I was doing it on my tablet. Hell yeah, that's about all I've been able to record on my tablet was that fucking interview.
All right, because I'm speaking from a person that wasn't there. So what I saw, and I'm pretty sure we can replay it again for you people that didn't see it the first time, is that when you made them aware that you were going to record, they tried to tell you couldn't record. But then
it's not even like I had to make them aware. She knew that I was recording. I didn't say nothing about the recording. I was waiting on them to come in and she took me to the interview room. Like, for people that don't even think I made it to the interview room, I was in the interview room. I was a victim of SA. They don't put you in a fucking room with a marble slab table. They put me in a room where, you know, like you can tell like this is where they interview victims and children. Like it was teddy bears and stuff all over, and it was cameras all over the wall. So you know this is an interview room.
Right. So
I'm in there and I'm waiting on her to come interview me. But when she comes in, the first thing she says is, "You're not going to be able to record this." And I'm like, why? Like it just sidetracked the whole fucking interview. Because then she was worried about me recording. Because I set it up so that it would record. I set it up so that it would mostly record me. Like the only way she was even in the frame is when she walked by it.
Right.
Like y'all saw that. Y'all saw the part where when I'm talking to her, she's sitting directly across from me. But she's not on camera. Because I didn't have it pointed on her. I had it pointed on me. And I just really wanted the audio of what was going on in that interview room. Because I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like I have no desire to put nobody's information or face out there that was doing their fucking job.
All right. And just to, to keep speaking on it. So after like I said, I believe her answer changed to "let me go find out." Right?
When I asked her if it was illegal, she kept telling me that I could not record. I kept asking her. And here's the thing. Everybody talking about it's illegal to record and it's in the middle of an investigation and she can't do this and she can't do that. She didn't say none of that. When I asked her why I could not record, her answer was, because you may say something that you don't want recorded. And my answer to that was, if I don't want it recorded, I won't say it.
That's not even her problem. That don't even make sense.
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense. So I went on to ask her, is it illegal? Because right now what you're saying don't make no sense. If there's something I don't want in the recording, then I don't have to say it. She didn't say we might say something that doesn't need to be on that recording, or there might be sensitive information on that recording that we don't want to get out. She said you may say something that you don't want recorded, or something else she said about basically me triggering myself. And I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with you though. So is it illegal? I know, we can't allow it. It's against protocol. Protocol don't mean shit. Is it illegal? Just because you don't want me to do it doesn't mean I don't have the right to do it. And that protocol is a lie. That's why she couldn't give me. And if it was protocol, it would be written somewhere.
Where?
She couldn't give me anything written.
They reporting, y'all.
None of that. And she could not say that it was lawful because she knew that she was lying. She knew she was lying. And she knew it wasn't no other people back there. Like me personally, I don't even think nobody left. I think she came in and told me they left because she was the one that was there to interview me. I think she went back there and called her supervisor and was like, this bitch is not turning off this fucking camera. What do I do? And that nigga said, get the fuck out of there. So she came back and said, they already left. They who? Because we walked right out that motherfucking door as soon as she said that. And as you see, it wasn't nobody in front of us. You would have had to take an elevator to get off that floor. Wasn't nobody on that elevator. Wasn't nobody down there in the lobby. When we got to the lobby, wasn't nobody walking outside to their motherfucking car. Wasn't nobody but her and the local police dude that escorted me out that fucking building. That was it.
So when she left, after you said, I'm sorry, before, let's go back a little bit. When you were asking her to go, if asking her was it illegal or not, right? And then she leaves out of the room. Mm-hmm. How long do you sit in that room waiting for her to come back?
About 10.
You breaking up, sis. Lord, she is breaking up. Get these likes and shares up, y'all. You breaking up, sis.
Well, when I turned the recorder on, she walked out. She didn't come back for at least 10, 15 minutes. And then when she went back to ask them if it was illegal for me to record, she was gone about 5 good points. And came back and was like, well, they already left.
Right. And all this is on camera. So that brings me back to the letter. I'm still waiting for Paul to send it. I don't know if she did. Let me see. All right, so she ain't sending it yet, but in the letter, it's stating that I believe that she went in for the when they tried to interview her, she was uncooperative. Tell me what part of uncooperative equals up to what's on film.
Right.
Her own recording. No cuts, no nothing.
Yeah, I didn't tell them I'm gonna leave if you make me turn off my camera. They said if you don't turn off your camera, we will not do this interview.
Did they ever say that?
I'm not turning, as a victim, I'm not turning off my camera. I'm not turning off my camera. Like, again, like you said, when did we start trusting the police to where we gonna turn off our camera just because they want us to?
I've never even seen
of being transparent.
Interview, right?
Police being transparent with us.
Let me back up a little bit. This was just listed as an interview, right? This wasn't an interrogation.
A voluntary interview. Here's the thing: they gave me the option to either be interviewed at my house or at the police station. I chose a public place.
So imagine if you're at your house and you have cameras in your house.
Right.
Would they tell you, or would they just leave and say, no, you can't do it here? I mean, it's an interview. This isn't an interrogation.
Right.
I can see if you were talking about being interrogated, but this is an interview, a voluntary interview. I mean, for real, I'm getting sick of the smart people playing dumb at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's really sickening to watch. It really is.
And in every letter that the Navy has sent.
That's a good question right here. Why not just record the audio? All right, that's what she was trying to do because the camera was pointed on her.
It was pointed on me. I mean, the video, what I did record is on my page. The only time you see the woman is when she walks past my camera. I only had the camera on me.
So let me ask you this though, right? Out of all the police brutality videos we ever seen, I have never seen no one ask the question of why didn't you just get the audio?
Or I've never heard, why are you recording the police?
Nothing. When did we stop?
We know damn well recording the police is detrimental to a lot of people's lives. Just think, all of these motherfucking police that have coerced people into guilty guilty confessions. If we'd have had access to video and audio, that would be a completely different story. Why as citizens don't we have that? Because it's not illegal. There are no laws stating that we cannot record the police.
Now, what is the only protection that we really have against the police? Is recording them, right?
Right. That's it.
And speaking. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that's the only protection. That's one of our protections.
But it is, because at the end of the day, it's the cop's word against the civilian. Right.
Right.
The cop can go and tell them anything. And we know that their body cams aren't even that much greater, because they can turn them off when they want to. They can call malfunction when they want to. They can edit it because they don't have to immediately release it. So they can edit it and make it look like what they want it to look like. But like I said, what are you afraid of? What is your camera going to catch that mine won't? Or what is my camera going to catch that yours won't? The only thing I can think of is something you don't want seen.
Hold on, I'm trying to get this picture.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't sent it yet. I'm waiting.
Y'all, that does got me fucked up. That pet dander from the top of that fridge got me fucked up.
But yeah,
I feel like I got punched in one side of my face.
The point is, they pretty much lied in this letter, right? And
yeah.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Is that not what we've been waiting on, for them to close their case so Congress can continue with theirs?
No, they claim the case has been closed. That's not it. I'm waiting on Congress to hold them responsible for how they botched this case. But Congress keeps sending me back to them as if they can investigate themselves. Congress keep telling me, well, they said they'll take your statement. Fuck my statement. Fuck what he did to me. How the fuck are y'all letting him do this on this fucking internet? Which is the whole reason I called y'all in the first place. I never called.
Basically,
I've been saying from the beginning, I never called NCIS for help against my sexual assault. I called to see how the fuck this nigga can stand on this goddamn internet and say that he was clear to some shit that was never even fucking reported. How can you stand here in uniform and weaponize your status in the military, and the military be okay with this? Because too much sexual assault happens that y'all would be okay with a possible predator getting on this app. And let's mind you, his threat started December 6th. I told my story December 3rd. His threat started in December. I believe it was 3 days after, when he threatened me and Granny Coy Bundy. I didn't go to the police. That nigga weaponized his status in the military from the very beginning. That in itself should not be acceptable by the military. And that's why I say they all playing with me.
What happened to Pool? I don't know what happened to Pool. I'm waiting on this picture. I guess we don't really need the letter. So...
No, I want you to show the letter, because I want them to see, especially the end part where it says, once again, like it has in all 3 of the last letters I've received from them, is that my statement can reopen this case.
That too. So like
there is no way, if a person has been found not guilty, you cannot reopen that case. That person cannot be recharged if they've been found not guilty. So my statement would not open up a case that he's claiming that he's been found not guilty of.
Clear. He said he was cleared.
That nigga done said every fucking thing. I done heard him say not guilty. I done heard him say they dropped all charges. I done heard him say federally and legally clear. Baby, you cannot be federally and legally clear without getting a verdict. No one can do that. We've already gone over this before, right? Because NCIS cannot clear you. The only thing NCIS can do is give the investigation to whom? The court system. In order for them to clear you, this just means the case was closed. Ain't nobody cleared. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and soon, and if
ain't
you
nobody
go back,
cleared. You cannot be federally and legally cleared. If you're saying that, I don't give a fuck if you are saying not guilty. That's exactly what the fuck you're meaning. That's exactly what the fuck you want people to take from that. And that's exactly what the fuck they're saying. He's been found not guilty. He's been legally cleared.
How?
That's not possible. That is not possible. And I heard him say not guilty. I heard him say that he was found not guilty. He don't even listen to what the fuck he's saying. He just say shit and think people are supposed to believe it. You talking yourself into a big ass motherfucking hole, because no matter how you word it, once you said that you were federally and legally cleared of all allegations, first of all, that lets me know that that's a lie, because they ain't even took my statement, so you couldn't have been cleared on my behalf. You already said that your case was about false allegations, not sexual assault. And they found no evidence to support that. Meaning they found no evidence that I was lying on you. So you weren't cleared, nigga. That shit just been put on hold because they don't have no fucking statement from me. Closed cases can be reopened, but not with a motherfucking verdict. That ain't a closed case. That's a motherfucking already motherfucking solved case. Hey, y'all.
So I'm going to ask the $1 million question, right? Well, let's back up a little bit. Have you already been contacted for another interview?
No, they hung up in my face. What do you mean? I don't know. Are you paying attention, Blaze?
Yes, I'm just asking.
They're not trying to interview me.
Everybody aware.
They're not trying. They cannot. They don't want to reopen this case, Blaze, because then they would have to admit that they fucked up from jump. They don't want to reopen this case. This is why they keep dodging an interview with me. It don't matter what I say to them. They're not going to interview me.
I know. I'm speaking for the people that don't know. I'm just saying. Gotta ask. So I want people to know.
I don't know what they don't know. That's what we just said. I didn't walk out on NCIS. NCIS walked out on me. On September 14th, when I called them to set up the fucking interview, they hung up on me. They the ones lying in these letters because they don't want to interview me. Exactly. Because if they interview me, then they're going to have to tell the truth about who the fuck Dwayne, I was finna call that nigga Dwayne Johnson. What's that nigga name?
There was something on, I forget his name. You talking about the first agent that called you?
Young, huh? Oh, sorry. You talk low.
Dwayne Young?
Yeah, Dwayne Young. They gonna have to admit that wasn't really Dwayne Young on that phone call. Ain't no way it was. If Dwayne Young was if Dwayne Young was my caseworker, from June to September, I ain't had one call with this man outside of that random ass motherfucking cell phone he called me from. Never had a conversation with him at the office. Never did he call to fucking try to get my statement or anything. And then remember when Marilyn called Camp Lejeune NCIS, when she contacted Camp Lejeune NCIS, She didn't even mention my name. They told him that your friend's caseworker is in Honolulu. His name is Dwayne Young. We called up there to get Dwayne Young. Dwayne Young never came to the phone. Dwayne Young never returned my fucking phone call. They don't want to interview me. Because if they don't interview me, they don't have to open this case back up. And Congress keep acting like they don't understand what I'm saying to them. This ain't about me telling them about my sexual assault. This is about how you can let this nigga parade on this fucking app like that in itself. I don't care what anybody says. Whether you believe me or not, nobody should be able to parade around, especially in uniform, on this app, bullying and harassing possible victims the way that I Speak does. That in itself should prove something ain't right. This nigga's got to be guilty somewhere. Don't nobody lie like that that's not guilty. Oh, don't break your neck. I think they still trying to get the letter up, y'all. And y'all, these ain't even little people. I thought these were little people all around the fucking pond. They're little animals. They look like people at night. Or maybe I was just high. I don't know. I'm gonna put some of this stuff you fix the wall with on that and repaint.
Sorry, y'all. I got a phone call. My bad. Mic check. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We're Paul's doing some this.
Yeah, I did tell them that, but because that's what NCIS was claiming the issue was. They were trying to get in touch with me for an interview. But like I told Congress, they've been telling y'all that for months and ain't nobody called me yet. So when they sent that last letter out that had not the last one, but I think it was maybe 2 letters before this one right here that's on the screen now, they sent me a letter stating my agent's phone number, right? They gave me, and this time it was not Dwayne Young. I don't know. I can't remember what the man name was, but they sent me the paperwork with his phone number on there. So I called him. He didn't answer. So I went to his voicemail, and in his voicemail, it had another number, like the main number for what this, like the number that I was given was the number that his main number had been forwarded to. And I guess he forgot to take that out of his fucking voicemail. So I left a message the first time. I called back. I think it was the next day. And nobody answered again. And I was like, look, whoever phone number this is attached to this number, I'm about to call it because I'm tired of y'all playing with me. It's been June, July, August, September. 3 months at this point, I've been trying to talk with my agent. And then I called the number that was attached to the voicemail. And the woman answered the phone. And I don't know, something happened. We disconnected. And she called right back. And she was like, I'm your agent's assistant. And I was like, why am I talking to my agent's assistant? Like, I want to talk to my agent. And she was like, well, I'm his assistant. I'm here to schedule your interview. And I was like, why can't I talk to my agent to schedule? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 3 months and I haven't talked to my own agent, the person handling my case. Let me talk to my agent. And yeah, she went on to tell me, well, you're going to be strip searched. Yeah, like they was telling me I was going to be fucking searched to make sure I didn't have no recording devices on me. What? And I was like,
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. When did we ever start that? Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of anybody being
And I
strip
was like,
searched?
you can't do that. That's not legal. Like that, you can't fucking illegally search me. And maybe she didn't say strip search, but she did say search. I don't know how else you would search me for recording devices. Like, either way, you don't have a right to search me when I come in to give a voluntary statement.
When have you ever
And
heard
so
somebody
we went
being
on and on and
searched
on, and
for
I
an
was like,
interview?
you know what? Well, fuck it. I won't record. I won't record. So, and at that time, she hung up in my face.
After you said you won't record.
After I said I won't record, she hung up in my face.
Tell me where that's okay at, y'all.
Sorry, y'all. I'm looking at hubby out here getting the pond
Mind
pretty.
you, she's a possible victim.
Right.
You telling a possible victim that they're going to be searched.
Yep.
Somebody else's hand's going to be on a possible victim.
Yep. And I kept saying, like, you can't do, that's not even legal. Like, you can't just make up the laws just because, I mean, you're an assistant at that. Like, how the fuck, why isn't my agent telling me this shit? Like, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, whether you believe me or not, this type of shit should not be okay. It just shouldn't.
I wonder if they searched him when they did his interview. Like he said, they gave him an interview. Did they search him?
Right.
Wow.
Yep. It's fucked up.
How many people are okay with this? I'm talking about the people from the outside. How many of y'all are okay with that? I'm gonna ask whoever's watching. Petty, I don't give a shit who's watching.
Is this gonna
Who
shock
was
me
okay
to get what?
with this woman going to go get an interview and she has to be searched?
Huh?
Why does she need to be searched? How is that okay? Then she literally tells them, well, I'm not going to record. And she gets hung up on? And you recorded this, right? I know you did.
Yeah, that video is still on my page, even though it's banned. Like, I never even deleted it. It's been banned for PII. When it's literally the number to NCIS. Like the number that's in the fucking letter, you know? And then I went back and blocked out the number too, and it still took it down for PII.
So for all, like I said, all the people that's watching, because I know it's a lot of y'all already watching, and a lot of y'all are my mutuals.
Yeah, but I was trying to get my charger out of there. I don't want to die.
Oh. Like I said, I know it's a lot of people watching.
But I don't want my charger to get wet. Then I can't plug it into something else.
It's pouring.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, so let me say this.
Oh, shit. Y'all might not be.
So, like I said, it's a lot of people watching and a lot of people that's standing outside in the hallway watching through the door. A lot of my mutuals is, regardless of how you feel about policing, because I know how a lot of you feel, regardless, put that to the side. Do you find it okay that this woman has to be literally searched to give her a statement for a voluntary interview? After literally saying that she won't record. I mean, y'all telling her she can't record. Why is it okay for the victim to be treated like this? Was he searched? I just want to know. Were you searched I Speak when you went for your interview? Do you find it okay? I Speak? I would like to know, man to man. Do you find it okay that she has to be searched just to give an interview? I ask all of y'all that. Is that how you want to be treated? Do you want your family members to be treated if they were victims? They have to be searched to go get an interview so they don't record their own interview. Interview, not interrogation, interview. We're not talking about metal detectors. They saying she's going to be searched. Don't talk about going into a government building where they don't allow guns or something. This is a cell phone. She's going to be searched for a cell phone. This ain't right. And y'all know it ain't. I don't know where we get off treating victims like that. So, sis, I'm going to let you speak on this a little bit. I'm going to put this up for you. I'm not going to leave this up long. I got to scale it. Give me a second.
Oh, that wasn't exactly fun. You can't hear me? I'm off mute now, I thought. Unless you can't hear me because the Blaze is on mute. You hear me? It just started pouring down on us. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. We was out there playing with the pond and shit. Hubby was putting little trinkets around the pond and shit, getting it all cute. And then next thing I know, the goddamn sky done fell out. Oh, Lord.
Can you hear me, sis? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm going to let you speak
to
this a little bit, and I'm going to chime in. I don't want to leave it up long.
It started raining just like that. Oh, I can't speak to that because I don't know what that is.
These are the numbers that Poole gave me. Well, one of them. Let me put the other one up. Maybe the other one is the one I'm looking for.
Where's Poole? Can she come up?
I don't know where Poole went. She was supposed to get the picture. She probably fell asleep or something. All right, so
probably.
Number one, our supporters. If you do not find this okay, you can voice your concern. That doesn't mean call harassing these people and leaving nasty messages. We don't play that over here, right. Okay? But we
leave that up to me.
Yeah.
Leave that part up to me.
Yeah, I could say that. But you can voice your concerns about this because no victims should be ever treated like this. I'm sorry. Right. Regardless of whether you believe them or not. This is making it so people don't come forward with their stories. They don't want people to come forward with their stories, so they use these type of tactics, right? Right. I ain't never in my life heard of a person getting searched for an interview.
To do a voluntary interview.
Voluntary interview.
Right.
And then get sent the letter saying that she was uncooperative.
Right. In the last letter that they talked about, I mean, they straight up lied on me. They said I walked out. I left the interview. They know damn well I'm not the one who left the interview.
And we've seen this. I've seen this with my own eyes. I watched those videos. I'm sorry. And like I said, I be saying this to the people that be watching from the outside, and y'all know I ain't no liar. Y'all done seen them videos of this woman sitting in that interview room and what that woman said. And when she left out, they didn't come back. How is that being uncooperative? Now they're telling her she has to be searched.
Yep.
A lot of my mutuals watching from the outside, y'all been through essays yourself. How would you feel if you were told to be searched so you can speak out
before
against your
you
victim?
give your interview? Right.
I mean, against your perpetrator. I just don't
understand how people don't think that is like very fucking fucked up.
A violation. That's what
you want me to be searched in order to take my account of being sexually assaulted. Yeah.
How do y'all find that okay? Put your feelings aside for this woman. I don't care how you feel about it. How about if that was you? Because I speak to y'all all the time because I am not a sexual assault victim, so I would never be able to stand in anybody's shoes that went through that. But how would you feel if that was you, knowing what you went through? And I'm not trying to use anybody's trauma or anything like that. I'm just telling you, I always try to see things from people's perspective. But I know if that was my daughter, my mother, me.
Can I see your phone for just a second?
I would feel disrespected.
Like 9 minutes.
That would. This is why people don't come forward. This is why victims don't come forward with their story.
So I'm gonna play that for y'all, so y'all can hear my very last contact with NCIS on September 14th, 2022. I'm gonna try to hear how this went. Hang I don't really know how to work this phone. I know I can do videos. Oh well.
Handle the live, sis. I'll be right back.
All right. What the hell? Okay. All right. Hello. Let me start this over, y'all. Open this in video player. Can you hear me? Hello. 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 So for those of you that don't know, this is my last phone call with NCIS while trying to schedule my interview with them. Hello. 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 Good afternoon, this is NCIS from Harper. I received a missed call from you. Well, you should know who I am, being that you're my caseworker, right? There's a little bit of feedback. Hello, can you hear me? Yes. There's some feedback on your phone right now. Hold on, turn my Wi-Fi off. Can you hear me now? Yes. We just wanted to see if you would like to be interviewed and if you're willing to be interviewed. Are you my caseworker? Are you my caseworker?
I am assisting someone in the
no, ma'am. I was given this number in this letter that I was sent by the Navy. This number left was a direct contact. That's what the letter says. It is my caseworker. So why are you calling me?
I am assisting on this.
No, I don't want to talk to the assistant. I don't want to talk to the assistant. I want to talk to my caseworker. Why are you calling me?
I received a phone call from you, and I would like to know if you'd be willing to come in for an in-person interview of a location that's close to.
Absolutely, but I would like to talk to my caseworker first. I would like to speak and know who my caseworker is, know who I'm dealing with, get the proper identification of my caseworker, which I am due that. So instead of y'all calling me, playing phone tag on my phone, having me talk to people I don't know in a sexual assault case where I am being harassed and bullied daily. I am being threatened daily. I would like to speak to my caseworker.
You'd like to be interviewed?
Absolutely, but I would like to set that up with my caseworker, ma'am. I don't want to talk to
I am located in Pearl Harbor. The agents that would interview you would be from...
I know exactly where they would be from, ma'am. Please stop telling me things I don't need to know because I am well aware. I am specifically... No, ma'am. If you are the assistant assisting my caseworker, it would behoove you to treat me with some respect right about now.
So if you're willing...
No, ma'am. I'm not done talking.
I just wanted to let you know that you may be subject to search as you will be entering
Absolutely.
law enforcement.
Absolutely. You can search me, but I will be recording this interview.
You will not be allowed to record the interview.
I will. I've already spoken to a lawyer. I will. I've already spoken to a lawyer.
Request a copy of your interview.
I have already spoken to a lawyer.
The case via the FOIA process.
I have already spoken with a lawyer. I will be recording this interview, and if I'm not allowed to record this interview, then this process is just going to take longer because I'm not stopping. I know my rights. I know the law, and what y'all will not do is keep playing with me. That's what you want. Or you can, ma'am. Other people might be afraid of y'all, but I am not.
The interviews, the agents will inform you of how to request a copy.
I don't care about how to request it. I'm telling you right now. I have already gone over the law. I've already spoken with a lawyer here in the state of North Carolina. It is not against the law to record law enforcement. I don't need their permission as it is a one-party state. You cannot break the law just because you want to. Now, are you going to get me in touch with my caseworker so that I can set up my interview with my caseworker? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking. It's simple yes or no. Will I be speaking with my caseworker? Yes or no?
Ms. Wilson, as this is an active investigation, you will not be allowed to record your interview. And if you refuse to turn your recordings off.
How do you have an active investigation if I haven't even given a report? Somebody tell me that. If I'm the victim, how is the case already active when y'all haven't even taken my report? Who activated the case? From what? What did it activate from?
An interview cannot be conducted of you. And as I stated before, you will not be allowed to record the interview. At the conclusion of the interview, the agents will inform you of how to request a copy of your interview at the conclusion of the case.
So you're telling me that you're going to force me to do something that is not against the law. I have every right to record my interview. It doesn't matter about the case. First of all, it's my case. It's my case. It's my interview. So what you're telling me is that you are going to refuse to take my statement because I refuse to allow you to force me to do some shit that's not even illegal. That is well within. Wait. I'm trying to understand, ma'am. I'm trying to understand. I am trying to understand. Why? Can you tell me why? Why am I not allowed to record it?
If you decide.
Why? Okay. If I decide
and you decide that you will not record the interview, you may call us back.
I will not record the interview. I will not record the interview. So now can you tell me why can't I record it? I just told you I will not record it.
In an active investigation, you cannot record the interview.
Where's that law? Can you send me something with that law? Can you send me formal paperwork with that law written in formal paperwork? So if I break the law, you can take me to jail, right? So can you please put that down on some paperwork or anything? Show me where that law is. Where is that a lawful order, ma'am? Is that a lawful order? Is that just your protocol? Is that a lawful order? Is that a lawful order? Is that a lawful order? Is that a lawful order, or is that just your protocol?
Due to this being an active criminal investigation, we cannot allow you to record the interview.
Why can you not allow me to record it? Is it lawful for you not allowed to? Is it lawful for me not to record
it? Due to this being an active criminal investigation, we cannot allow you to record the interview.
Is it lawful? Is that a law? Is it lawful? Is that legal?
Due to this being an active ongoing criminal investigation, we cannot allow you to record.
Allow me. First of all, you don't own me, so I don't need your permission to allow me to do anything. But I'm asking you, is this a lawful order? Why can't you answer that?
Due to this being an ongoing.
Okay, ma'am, you're gonna be the next one on TikTok. You'll be the next one on TikTok. That's fine. You'll be the next one on TikTok. I'm gonna put this out there right now. I have tried to cooperate with y'all. I have let y'all know that I would like to put in my statement, but because y'all would rather protect a predator, you sit here on this phone with me as a woman, and perpetuate something that you know ain't even lawful to do. You know you're against the law right now. You know that everything that you're saying to me right now is some bullshit because you have no lawful reasoning for not allowing me to record my interview. You just don't want to take the interview. And that is some bullshit, and you know it. So you will be, your information will be, whoever number this is and whoever number this is connected to will be the next number on TikTok. Thank you. Have a great day. Oh, this ain't the one where I hung up on her.
All right, you can find that one.
This is the one where I hung up on her.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
All right, find that phone call where they hung up on you. I want to hear that because you already know how that's going to go. But let's do a quick recap here. Oh, you got it already?
I don't know. Yeah, I know this is the number I know this is a call with NCIS though. It's so many of them. It's so many of them because I recorded them all.
All right, because we got to pull that one up.
Or this might be.
Please record your message.
I think this is when I left the message.
Or press 1 for more.
She called me back.
So, one, you went in for the interview initially. They told you couldn't record. They left. Emphasis on they left.
Right.
And in this letter, it's saying you were uncooperative because they left, which is untrue. That seems like they weren't cooperating.
Report criminal misconduct specific to an active duty sailor or Marine. Please use the NCIS tips reporting tool, which can be found.
It also might not be on this phone. Might be on my kids' phones or this one that I'm on live on. I done had to record this shit over 4 different devices, so
don't worry, we're gonna go live again tonight so we can finish this conversation.
Well, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're gonna be doing.
If I fall asleep, please don't get mad at me. I've been tired. This side of my face is stopped up from that damn pet dander yesterday. So, like, if we do go live, please try to make it not too late.
I'm not going to be extra late tonight. No, I'm not even in the mood for that tonight.
Let me see what this will say.
Waste, fraud, abuse, or misconduct of naval criminal investigators.
That was another message I left. And I think that's...
Was that the phone call where they stated they needed to search you?
I just played that one.
Okay.
That's the one I just played.
But that's the point I wanted to hear. I was going.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
No, don't do it now because I ain't going to have time right now. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I got to get in the live in a few. But the recap is they said you were uncooperative when you went in for a voluntary interview, and they told you couldn't record when you had, was already recording. We recorded all this. You asked, is it legal or not? She left out the room. They left out the room and didn't come back. And then, 15 minutes later, they're escorting you out the building without even trying to give you your interview or tell you why you can't record. Right. I sent you this letter saying you were uncooperative and you could reopen the case once you do your interview. Now, we are waiting. Congress is waiting for them to close their case. But Congress sends you back to them, the same people that bullshitted you in the first place.
Right.
So now we're at the point where...
So now they want me to reopen... They want me basically to reopen the case because this letter is here, but Congress response is in the email. And in the email, they are encouraging me to write another... which I already had to do for Congress. I had to write another fucking statement for Congress to reopen Congress case, right? After NCIS closed their case months ago. This right here is coming from a new Congress case. These are their new responses to... Yes, these are their new responses to the new Congress case because after they closed their case back in December, I had to start my case with Congress over.
Okay.
So I had to write a completely new statement.
Okay.
I did. This is their response to my new statement.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying everybody at this point is playing with me because I clearly state my issue is not even the sexual assault because I don't trust y'all motherfuckers to come and even report that. My issue is if I never fucking reported it, how do y'all allow an active duty service member to conduct himself the way he is online? Why are you not investigating that in and of itself?
That and him saying he federally cleared.
That's my point.
We haven't even gotten through the investigation.
I don't even give a fuck if he just said he was lightly cleared. The fact that you can get on this app and use your military status to intimidate your victims is not legal. Those are direct threats. You got on this app and not only did you threaten me, you threatened anybody that supported me, anybody you saw in my comment section, anybody you saw go live with me. I mean, he just did this to My Life, My Way. And blatantly told her the reason he was disrespecting her was because she was in my live. So my issue is how are y'all allowing this man to get up here and spin this narrative that he was cleared of something that was never reported? That is red flag number one. Why in the fuck are you on this app claiming to be cleared of a case that never existed? Because if you've been following, you know that when I called to inquire about this case that he said he had been cleared from, there was no case. Remember, we went through that whole spiel with NCIS for them to finally tell me there was never a case in the first place. So here's how this works. I went to NCIS to ask how he was cleared of something I didn't report. Because it is of sexual nature, they have to automatically open up a case. That's how I got a case. But that case cannot move forward without my statement, the victim's statement.
Which they telling you that you have to be searched to give. I don't know when
Which they're making it difficult for me to give because they don't actually want to investigate this fucking case. They want me to go away. They wanted me to stop from the very beginning, let it fucking go. That's why they dropped the ball on the whole Dwayne Young thing. They thought that that was going to make me step away from it then. First of all, they thought they was going to be able to trick me with the whole Dwayne. I swear I think this was I Speak's doing. I don't think that was Dwayne Young, but I think somehow, some way they either already knew or found out that the supervisor's name was Dwayne Young. And I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to use the name of a person that really works there, that is the supervisor there. Now, come on, in the least bit, if this really is the supervisor of NCIS that called me, why would you call a victim and refuse to identify yourself? You called me. It ain't like I called you at the NCIS office and you picked up the phone at NCIS and stated, this is Agent Young, may I help you? No, this is you picked up your phone, you called me, refused to identify yourself, but insisted on getting my address so that you could come and pick me up for my interview. So you can send someone out to get me. That was his exact words. I need your address. And then it was, do you have an address? Not what's your address, ma'am. Do you have an address? Do you have an address? And I'm like, yeah, I have an address. Well, do you mind giving it to me so I can send someone out there to pick you up? And I said, pick me up for what? You want to give your statement, right? This is how a supervisor is talking to a fucking victim. So I'm like, this don't even sound right. Are you I Speak's friend? And he hung up. So when I called the office, that's the only reason I found out that his first name was Dwayne. The only Young in the office is Dwayne Young, and he is the supervisor. They told me that when I called the NCIS office. Oh, you must be talking about Dwayne Young, the supervisor. I don't know. I just know Agent Young called me and tried to get my address. Who the fuck am I talking to? Now, you would think they would get supervisor Dwayne Young on the phone to either say, yes, that was me, or no, that wasn't. Right or wrong? You there, Blaze?
Yeah, you was asking me? I thought you was asking.
I'm asking a question for anybody with logic to answer. If a victim got a phone call, a random phone call, and this person was stating that they were Agent Young, I'm the only Agent Young there. And you call and you get to the office and they're like, yeah, Dwayne Young. Don't you think if this nigga was the supervisor, at some point he would have got on that phone and said, yes, that was me, or no, that wasn't?
Mm-hmm.
That has never happened to this day. But Dwayne Young was assigned to my case, and I never spoke to Dwayne Young outside of that random ass phone call from his cell phone, from whatever cell phone that was. Because it was not an NCIS number.
And you know what's funny, though? I just want to point this out. You remember the FBI agents, supposedly FBI agents that came to your door?
Right.
It's funny how y'all y'all don't want to identify yourselves when they find out y'all being recorded.
Right.
We got 2
All this
FBI agents that said,
transparency
no,
you're
we
supposed
don't
to
need
have
to
with law
identify
enforcement.
ourselves, or we don't need to show our badges. Whenever, I know law enforcement, whenever you're asked to identify yourself, you must identify yourself. But it seems like this is a reoccurring thing that now that y'all don't have to identify yourselves. Now that y'all writing letters saying that this woman is not cooperating, maybe she don't cooperate the way you want to. Maybe that what y'all should have put in there.
So you mean to tell me that federal employees that are non-LEOs are required to identify themselves, but the LEOs aren't? Think about it. I mean, I've been dealing with the IRS for the last couple of weeks, and every time I done called, they done had to give me a fucking identifying number.
ID, your badge number, and your name.
Their name. Their
last name, not their full name, their last name.
But I'm saying a name. It's only one name, so I don't know if it's their last name or the first name. You know, some people's last name sounds like a first name.
Yeah,
but I know they give a name, and then your name, your last name, is honestly more important than your first fucking name. So you're giving the last name and your fucking identification number. So you mean to tell me an IRS agent is obligated to identify themselves properly, but a fucking NCIS agent ain't? A FBI agent ain't? A police officer ain't?
We're going to continue a little later, sis. I'm going to let you get some sleep, get some, because I know you've been working hard last week or so.
I'm going to try to get some sleep, but I don't. Nothing's going to happen. Rennie has to be up soon, so.
Lord. I feel for you.
I just, if I don't do it too late, I can get a live done
I'm gonna say around like
wrangle around with Rennie, but if you let her wrangle me out, it's gonna be over with.
9:30, 10 o'clock, I'll be back, and we're gonna play the phone call because asking the victim, a possible victim, and telling them that they need to be searched to give their account of the story is insane to me.
Right.
And that's the point of this whole movement, is to change this type of shit.
And here's the thing. I even agreed to it. I was like, okay, but I'm still gonna record.